in Alachua, Florida. I do not text at the dinner table. We had a lot of kids come to our house as we did foster care, and we tried to teach them that that is a catch-up time for making sure everyone knows what's going on. So I do not text. I hope everyone has a great day. It's slightly chilly here in north central Florida. I'm looking at 29 degrees here in the car. Hope everyone has a great day. Back to you. Kilo Zulu 4, Juliet, November.
All right, Anders, we got you down. Yeah, it's a bit chilly here in New York today, too. 12 degrees. Huh? All right, Isra in Bell Chase, Louisiana, KJ 5MLZ. Good evening, Isra.
KJ 5MLZ, good morning to the Brew crew. Oh man, I try not to, but sometimes I do. If it's important, sometimes I do, but I try not to. Hope everyone have a great day. We're sitting at 35 degrees over here in Bell Shade, southeast Louisiana. KJ5, MLZ, back to you, net control.
All right, Ezra, thanks for checking in today. How about Guy in Harvey, Louisiana, KJ5GUY?
Good morning, net control. Good morning, everybody in the Brew crew. And good morning, Ezra, since we're in the same hemisphere. Answer today's question, no, I do not text. Absolutely not. Definitely not at the dinner table. I agree with the other stations. That's for a time for catching up, seeing how the wife's day went, and all that kind of good stuff. Back to you, net control. Thank you for taking the call. KJ5, Golf, Uniform Yankee. Lily, the Montall, Rudy.
All right then, Guy, we've got you down. Thanks for checking in this morning. It is morning, right? All right, how about, I can't talk this morning. How about Chuck in Sugar Land, Texas, N5 CHP? Good morning, Chuck. How are you?
Good morning, my displaced Texan. Good morning, Brew Crew. That would be a negatory at my dinner table. We put the phones away. So, good habit to have, a good chance to talk, check with everybody, see how the day went. November 5, Charlie Hotel Bravo. Have a great day.
All right, Chuck, you have a great day, too. All right, Wendell in Crittenton, Kentucky, KO4RXE. Good morning, Wendell.
KO4RXE, good morning, good morning. Scott, Al, and Mark, and the whole Brew crew. It's cold out there. It is cold. Negative, Ghost Rider. No phones at the table. Forget about texting. No phones at the table. And my daughter started to get slick and brought her a book to the table. I can respect that, though. But negative on the text and negative on the phones at the dinner table. Let's enjoy the food and enjoy each other. KO4RXE. Everybody stay warm, 73, and have a blessed day.
Thought you meant for a minute there she brought her book to hide her phone. Well, I get it now. All right, thank you for checking in, Wendell. How about Jeremy in Conroe, Texas, KJ5NHH? Good morning, Jeremy.
Hey, good morning, Brew Crew. Yeah, I'm the same way. No. That's a negative Ghost Rider on the phone at the table. So, the only exception to the rule is if the family's not sitting at the table. So if like one of my kids is up at the table, eat something, like a lunch or something by themselves, they're allowed to have it. Other than that, they got to be put away so we can communicate. This is KJ5, NHH. Have a beautiful day, and we'll turn it back over to the net.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. How about Gordon in Richmond, Texas, K4GLC? Good morning, Gordon.
Hey, good morning to everyone. I'm going to say yes for the same reason everybody else says no, because all my children are moved out on their own, and sometimes when my wife and I are sitting there, and that's how we catch up with them. So, yeah, you put me down for a yes.
All right, yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Okay, thank you, Gordon. How about Steve in Rochester Hills, Michigan? W8STJ. Good morning, Steve.
Morning. Me if I'm wrong. I thought I heard somebody name your name was Scott. And good morning, Scott. Good morning, everybody on the Morning Brew. And answer for me is no. Try to turn off the technology at dinner time and catch up with the family. But hope everybody has a safe and blessed day ahead. This is W8SCJ.
All right, Steve. Yeah, this is Scott in 7FGP in Jamestown, New York. Perfect timing. All right, let's move on down to Lee in Waycross, Georgia, KO4WDF. Good morning, Lee.
Good morning. I am currently in Colorado right now, but my answer is we don't eat at the kitchen table. We eat on the couch and watch TV together as a family and stuff. So yeah, we can have our phones. So yes.
All right, thank you, Lee. Yeah, that might be a good question, too, is do you have dinner at the dinner table? All right, thank you for checking in today. That's the end of my mobile check-ins. Let me just run through the list of text check-ins I have so far, and then we'll get started on those. We have Chuck in Newcastle, James in Ottawa Lake, Michael in Farmington Hills, Gil in Orlando, Herbert in West Mifflin, Gary, Craig, Armand in Miami, Mark in Plymouth, Charles in Syracuse, Greg in Ontario, Joel and he's here in New York, Charlie in Sun City, Florida, Bill in Woodstock, Georgia, Joe in Claremont, Florida, Ed in Lochahatchee, Florida, Lou in Lake Worth, Florida. We have Wayne, Casey in JV in Belmore. We have Clark in Phoenix. We have Zachary in Kissimmee, Florida. And we have Roy at Blasdale, New York. I was just by there the other day. And it's your turn, Roy, KA8BYU. Good morning, Roy. And do you text at the dinner table?
Hey, everybody on the Brew. KA8BYU. No, there's 2 or 3 places I never take the phone, and one of those is at the dinner table. And I don't believe in sitting there and interrupting the food and that with texts and phone calls. Back to you.
All right, Roy, thank you for checking in today. Let's try Zachary, KI6KQO. Good morning, Zachary.
Good morning, Scott, Mark, and the Brew crew. 38 degrees here in Florida Central, and no cell phones at the dinner table. Everyone have a blessed day. 7-3. Back to you, Scott, KI6KQO.
All right, Zachary, you have a great day, too. Larry in Maricopa, Arizona, KM7CGI. Good morning, Larry.
No, we do that at dinner time. That's family time. That's the time we could all sit around and talk about our day. But everybody have a great day. KM7CGI.
All right, Larry. All right, Larry, thank you for checking in this morning, and you have a great day, too. Randall and FM. Good morning, Randall.
Good morning to all the Brew crew this morning. To answer the question, no, we normally don't text while at the dinner table. With that, this is KUFM
Back to net control, and everyone have an outstanding Tuesday.
All right, Randall, thank you for checking in this morning. Next we have the voice of Orlando, Jay, K1MCO. Good morning, Jay.
Good morning, and good morning to everybody on the net. This is K1MCO, and no, I don't text on the table. That's the only time that my wife and I have to chat a little bit, and we just put the phones down for a little bit, unless it's an emergency, of course, but it's a no. Send it back to you. This is K1MCO. Everybody have a great day.
All right, Jay, thank you for checking in this morning. We have you down as a no. Clark in Phoenix, Arizona, K7TY. Good morning, Clark.
Good morning, Scott, Mark, and the rest of the Brew crew. That would be a resounding no. Do not text at the dinner table. Back to net control, JK7DY.
All right, Clark, we've got you down as a no. Wayne in Belmore, New York, KC2NJV. Good morning, Wayne.
Good morning, Scott, Al, and Mark. This is KC2NJV. And still haven't dug myself out from 24 plus inches of snow. Hopefully that will happen today. The answer is, if I do it, I get in trouble. If she does it, it's okay. So, probably a no from her perspective. Have a great day.
Oh boy, Wayne, yeah, I understand that. I get that one. All right, yeah, keep digging that snow. You got a lot more snow than we did over here. We have maybe 4 inches, if we're lucky. Lou in Lake Worth, Florida, KA4 EPS. Good morning, Lou.
Hey, good morning, Scott, and everyone else on the crew this morning. This is K4 EPS in Lake Worth Beach, Florida, 48 degrees. And interesting question. So when I do eat at the dinner table with family, yes, absolutely not. Phones are nowhere near me. I'm eating alone in front of a tea table. I'll ignore the text, but except phone calls. But when you go out to eat at a restaurant, I'm terrible about that. I will text. I won't initiate them usually, but I'll respond to text. That's very common. So that's my answer. So back to you, Scott, KA4 EPS.
Remember when, well, at least my wife would we'd go out to dinner and she'd take a picture of her food and then immediately post it on Facebook. All right, how about Ed in Florida, K4 POI. Good morning, Ed. Let's try Ed one more time. K4 POI. Ed, good morning. All right, we'll mark Ed there as in and out. How about Joe in Claremont, KM4 WZD. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning to the rest of the crew. Yeah, so yes, it does happen. It's rare. Listening to everybody else talking, I think I probably do it more than I should, but you can put me down for a yes. Sometimes we just aren't very good resisting the temptation, and we'll grab the phone whenever it makes noise. Hey, everybody, take care. Happy Tuesday, 7-3. It's KM4.
All right, Joe, we've got you down as a yes, and you have a great day. Bill in Woodstock, Georgia, let me try that again, KI4EGQ. Good morning, Bill.
Well,
Good morning, Scott, and the rest of the Brew crew. Generally, no, but I can think of one time we were out of the country, and we had our dogs boarded at the vet, and looked down at the phone rang. It was the vet, and I said, excuse me, and went away from the table and said, what is the vet calling me? It must be an emergency, which it kind of was. So there are exceptions for pets and family, and otherwise no. But everybody have a great day. KI4EGQ.
Right, Bill, you have a great day too. How about Charlie in Sun City, Florida, NA2B? Good morning, Charlie.
Hey, good morning, Scott. Everybody on the net from Birdie and I here in Tampa Bay. 40 degrees this morning. Going to finally warm up over the next few days. Our response to the question, no, we don't from the old school, Scott, no phones at the table. So that's family time. NA, back to that.
All right, Charlie, we've got you down. Thank you for checking in this morning. Joel in New York, KC2GRN. Good morning, Joel.
Good morning, Scott and Al and Mark and everybody on the Morning Brew, KC2GRN. Answer to the question is no. No, it is family time, and don't need to be doing any texting. It can wait the few minutes that it takes to have a comfortable, quiet dinner, and then answer if necessary. Anyway, everybody have a great day. Back to that.
All right, Joel, thank you for checking in this morning. Have a great day. Greg, VA3GLJ. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning to the Brew crew. Currently 34 degrees Fahrenheit down here in Sausalito, Florida. We're wintering. Back home in Cartier, it's minus 24, so I'll definitely take Florida. Answer to your question is no phones at the table. Everybody have a great day in 73 VA3GLJ.
All right, Greg. Syracuse, New York, KD2YUY. Good morning, Charles.
Well, good morning, Scott, and everybody listening in, and greetings from snowy Syracuse. Got another few more inches last night. In answer to the question, if we're eating at the table, the phones get put away. But truth be told, we don't eat at the table as often as we probably should. We do eat together, but we're probably watching TV at the time. 73 all back to that control, KD2 YUY.
All right, Charles, have a great day. We've got you down. Mark in Plymouth, Minnesota, N0CKV. Good morning, Mark.
Morning, Scott, Mark, rest of the Brew crew, everybody else on the net. That's a no for us. Everybody have a great Tuesday, N0CKV back.
All right, Mark, you have a great day too. Armand in Miami, Florida, W4AE. Good morning, Armand.
Good morning, everybody. W4AEB, Armand in Chile, Miami this morning. That would be a no. And everybody have a good day. W4AEB, back to net control.
All right, Armand, you have a great day too. Craig in Oakland Park, Florida, K4MMX. Good morning, Craig.
Good morning, everybody. The simple answer is no. If people need to get a hold of me and it's important enough, they know my phone number and they can call. But that's pretty much my policy all day long. Text messages are the lowest priority. K4MMX, back to net.
Craig, I'm not a big fan of texting myself. Thank you for checking in this morning, and you have a great day. Gary in Inverness, Florida, K4HB2. Good morning, Gary.
Good, Scott and the Brew crew. No, we do not text at the table. It is not really a policy that we formalize through discussion. It's just that we don't do it. That's it. I'll turn it back to net control. K4 HBT listening.
All right, Gary, we got you down as a no. Herbert in West Mifflin. Let me try that again. West Mifflin. Yeah, KC3 UUK. Good morning, Herbert.
Yeah, this is KC3 UUK Herbert, West Mifflin for southwestern PA. Temperature right now is 18 degrees with flurries. Give me the springtime. Honest with you, I'm going to have to say sometimes, but the basic rule is no, but there is occasions that the family has contacted us while we was eating dinner and I had to reply back. So I will say sometimes on that one. This is KC3 UUK. Everybody have a blessed and safe day, and give me springtime. 73s, everybody. Back to the net.
All right, we got you down as a sometimes. Let's move on to Gil in Orlando, Florida, K4GDS. Hey, Gil, anything going on this Thursday night at 8 p.m. on the East Coast Reflector? Over to you.
Good morning, Scott. That's what I call a segue. So what Scott's talking about Thursday night at 8 p.m. in the Zoom room is our monthly M1KE peer discussions. So if you have one, have questions about one, thinking about one, or like Dick, you hate one, come on out and join us and we'll have a nice little conversation. As to the question, as for me, I'm on call 24/7, 365, the network manager supporting public safety, so I will take calls and texts from work, but other than that, no. K4 GDS, back to net.
All right, Gil, thank you for that, and thanks for hosting that group. Michael in Farmington Hills, Michigan, KF8EBV. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Brew Crew. No phones at the table for me. Back to you, KF8EBV.
All right, Mike, we've got you down as a no. Robert in Deltona, Florida, KJ4ZFM. Good morning, Robert. All right, going once, Robert in Deltona, Florida, KJ4ZFM. but we had a station in Sarasota, Florida that was just nothing but noise, so we'll mark Robert as in and out. James in Ottawa Lake, Michigan, KF8DIP, just a couple more and we'll get to general check-ins. KF8DIP, James, over to you. One more time for James, KF8DIP. Good morning, James. We're going to mark James as in and out also, and the last on this series of texts is Chuck in Newcastle, Pennsylvania, WCVE. Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning, Scott, Mark, and everybody on the Brew. The answer here is no. No phones at the table. And have a great day. W3CVE.
All right, we got you down as a no. Okay, let me read off these other text messages before, text check-ins before we get into calling for some RF check-ins. We have Dan in Humble, we have Carlos in Hollywood, Florida, we have Jeff in Rochester Hills, Randy in West Seneca, Jim in Easton, PA, we have Rod in Madison, West Virginia, Brian in Corfu, Ray in Beaver, Anna in Beaver, Gary in Woodhaven, Michigan, Elmer in Allen Park, we have Bill in Palmyra, good morning Bill, Tim in Columbia, South Carolina, we have Dan in Milan, Michigan, we have Carrie in Lancashire, I can't even say that word, Richard in Sumter, South Carolina, and we have Ricky in Morrisonville, New York. All right, let's take some RF check-ins. If you would like to check into the Morning Brew today, now's your chance. We just need your call sign twice, slowly, and let's try to space them out just a little bit so it doesn't hurt Mark's ears. Okay, ready, set, go.
Alpha 5 Juliet, Kilo Juliet 5 Mike Echo Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile.
KB8 PLV, Kilo Bravo 8, Papa Lima Victor, Chris.
Kilo 4 Delta India Yankee. Kilo 4 Delta India Yankee. Alpha 5 Golf Sierra Sierra KA5 GSS. Kilo India 5 Whiskey Yankee Charlie. Kilo India 5 Whiskey Yankee Charlie. N6QDY, in and out. Whiskey 4, Golf 8, Whiskey, Victoria, 4, Golf, Whiskey, Victoria, in and out, preparing for hot copy, 7-3, everyone.
Let's hold it up just a second there. That last station, VVK, that was in and out, can you give us your full call sign again? We didn't quite catch that.
4 Golf 8 Whiskey Victoria 4 Golf 8 Whiskey Victoria KSL.
All right, Nick, we got you down that time for G8WVV. We also had David in Sacramento. We had Luke in Spring. We have Shane in League City, Texas. Gene in Homosassa. Bill in North Fort Myers. Chris in Novi. And James in Spring. Jose in Austin. Let's go ahead and take some more check-ins. If you'd like to check in, we just need your call sign twice, slowly, and spaced out just a little bit. Ready? Go ahead and call now.
Is Kilo 7 Bravo Golf Bravo. Kilo 7 Bravo Golf Bravo. Bill in Connecticut.
Whiskey 4, Papa, Quebec, Delta. Whiskey 4, Papa, Quebec, Delta.
Kilo Oscar 4, India Hotel Mike. Kilo Oscar 4, India Hotel Mike.
Victor Alpha 3, Yankee Bravo Sierra. Victor Alpha 3, Yankee Bravo Sierra.
Kilo Mike 7, Bravo Sierra.
Victor Uniform 3, Kilo Golf Victor.
Okay, let's see who we got that time. We have that last station, Kilo Golf, and then we have a Victor. Go ahead with your full call sign again, twice and slowly. Right, that last station that called in, it had a Kilo something Golf Victor in it. If you have those letters in your call sign, give us your full call sign and we'll get you on the log. Come back now. All right, not hearing anything. Let's go ahead and see who we do have in that round. We have Dan, KM7BUP, Bill, VA3YBS, Donald, KO4IHM, Nathan, is that right? W4PQD, is that correct, Nathan?
USL.
All right, it looks like you're new to the East Coast Reflector. We'll keep going up the list. We have Bill in Incline Village, K7BGB, and that does it for the RF check-ins. Let's go up to the top of the check-ins here, and first on the list is Ricky, KC2SLO. Good morning, Ricky, and are you new to the Reflector? All right, well, we have a couple mobile stations we're going to get to. We'll come back up here to Ricky. How about James in Spring, AA5JW? Good morning, James.
Well, good morning, Scott and Mark. Thank y'all for running that this morning. Good morning, Brew Crew. This is Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile. James in Spring, mobile into Houston for work today. Man, winter came back. It is cold down here, but not nearly as cold as everybody else in the country, so I can't really complain. To the question at hand, do I text at the dinner table? Yes, I'm rude. It happens. I get a lot of work stuff that comes in all day long, and some of that stuff just can't wait. So if I can handle it with a quick text, I will, just to keep the customers happy. With that, I'll say 7-3, hand it back to Ned. Everyone have a blessed day and stay safe out there. This is Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile. We'll be monitoring.
All right, James, thanks for checking in this morning and having a distinct way of saying your call sign. I always know it's you. All right, Elmer is also mobile, KB5NJU. Good morning, Elmer.
This is KB5NJU Mobile. Happy Tuesday, everybody. And I tried it, but yes, I do text at dinner on occasion. Back to the net, KB5NJU Mobile, 7-3, everyone.
right, Elmer. We got you down. Thanks for checking in on your drive this morning. All right, let's go back and try Ricky again. It looks like Ricky's new to the system. KC2SLO. Good morning, Ricky. Are you out there? All right, well, we're going to mark Ricky as in and out and go on to Richard in Sumter, South Carolina, in for RSM. Good morning, Richard.
Everyone on the Brew crew, as empty nesters, to keep up with the kids, yes, we texted the table. Back to net control.
You know, I kind of like that idea. I think that's a good thing, not a bad thing. All right, let's move across the pond to Carrie in Scotland, GM5CAR with a shiny new call sign. Hello, Carrie.
GM5CAR returning good morning, Scott, and good morning to everybody on the BrewNet. And my answer to the question is sometimes. Depends if I'm eating on my own, yes. If I'm eating with the family, no. Back to net control.
All right, Carrie, you have a good evening or day. Dan, W2PUT, good morning, Dan.
Good morning. We generally try to avoid doing that at the dinner table, but you know, sometimes there's things going on the family thread, and we'll actively engage that during dinner. So, yes, but we try. Back to you. W2PUT.
All right, Dan, we've got you down, and you have a great day. How about Tim in Columbia, South Carolina, KQ4EFY. Good morning, Tim.
Thank you, Scott. This is KQ4EFY, Tim in Columbia, South Carolina, and sometimes we text at the table. It used to be that way, but now the family's kind of spread out. We wind up doing it, so mark me down as sometimes. Back to net control.
All right, Tim, we've got as a sometimes. Have a great day today. Let's try Bill in Palmyra, New York, N2BH. How's the snow there, Bill?
Good morning, Scott, Mark, everybody. We didn't get too much overnight, but we're starting out at 15 degrees this morning, and negative on the texting at dinner time. I figure if it's important, they'll call on the phone. N2BH.
I'm with you on that one. All right, well, let's move on down the list to Gary in Woodhaven, Michigan, N8ZFH. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Scott, Mark, and crew. And you can put me down for sometimes. And like another person I heard, if it's one of our two kids, we'll text with them. They're out of the area, so we like connecting with them when we can. Please check me in and out, N8ZFH, back to net.
All right, Gary. Yeah, I kind of like that idea. It's kind of like you're all around the dinner table again. All right, let's move on to Anna and Ray in Beaver, Pennsylvania. First, we have Anna, KD3AJ, and good morning, Anna.
Good morning, Scott, Mark, and everyone else in there today. Well, I am definitely guilty.
Not all the time, but sometimes I do use text at the dinner table. Everyone have a great day. KD3 AJN.
And, I might be a little guilty of that myself. Thank you for checking in this morning, and let's try Ray in Beaver, Pennsylvania. N3DQD. Good morning, Ray.
Good morning, Scott, Mark, the rest of the crew in there this morning. It's almost never. It's so rare that I can't remember the last time I did that. This is N3DQD.
All right, Ray, we've got you down. Thank you for checking in today, and let's move on to Brian in Corfu, New York, KE2FBT. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Mark and Scott, everybody else out there in ECR land. 99.9% of the time would be a no, unless it's something really urgent. I see something pop up on my watch, but generally no. Everybody else have a great day out there. Take care. Stay safe.
All right, Brian, we've got you down as a no. Rod in Madison, West Virginia, WD8KOB. Good morning, Rod.
This is WD8KOB. Well, good morning, Nat. Hope everybody's doing well on this old cute, cold morning. Well, my answer would be yes. There are no cell phone restrictions in our house. And if you don't agree with that, you're welcome to tell my wife she can't use her cell phone. Yeah, good luck with that. All righty, back to Nat. WD8KOB.
Yeah, you got everybody here laughing in the Zoom room. We hear you. We feel you. All right, let's try Chris in Novi, Michigan. No. Where are we? Yes. No. Hold on a second. All right, I scrolled a little bit too far down the list, laughing too much there. How about Jim in Easton, PA, KD3ATQ? Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Scott, Mark, and the rest of the Brew crew. No texting at the dinner table. That's kind of been a rule ever since we had to control the kids for doing it. Back to you, KD3ATQ.
All right, Jim, thank you for checking in this morning, and you have Randy, W2RBC. Good morning, Randy. How are you?
Good morning, Scott, Mark, and everyone on the Morning Brew. Yeah, no, I never bring my phone to the dinner table. Text messages can wait. Back to net control, 73 to all, W2RBC.
All right, Randy, thank you for checking in this morning, and we have you down as a no. Jeff in Rochester Hills, Michigan, KE8SMN. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, Brew crew, KE8SMN. Put me down for sometimes. If the kids or grandkids need us, we're there for them, but it's just rare. KE8SMN.
All right, Jeff, thank you for checking in this morning, and have a great day. Carlos in Hollywood, Florida, N1 CBM. Good morning, Carlos.
Morning, Bill, Mark, and everybody else in the ECR. It's 19 degrees outside the window here in Akron, Ohio. White stuff all over the place. This is not a good place for a Floridian. I don't know what to do about it. Anyways, stay warm and inside. I don't bring the phone to the table when I'm home. I think there are priorities in life, and I like to keep my attention to the person who's sitting right next to me, be my wife, daughters, or
other people around. And I don't do it. Texts are low priority phones as then calls, but you know, if you're expecting a call from a number, then you might up and get it. Phone call. But no, I don't text while and I'm alone at a restaurant. I keep it in the table. That's the obvious yes, but with the family, it's a no. Back to you, Bill. I mean, Scott, thanks very much for taking my call, N1CBN.
All right, Carlos, we got you down. Thank you for checking in this morning. And have a great day. Dan in Humble, Texas, KI5PVV. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning, everyone on the Morning Brew. This is KI5PVV. And the answer to the question is, I try not to. Even though the older generation seems to live on the phone while we're at the dinner table, trying to keep themselves entertained instead of having conversations with real people. But anyway, back to you. This is KI5PVV.
All right, Dan, we've got you checked in there. Thank you for checking in today, and have a great day. Jose in Austin, Texas, KJ5MEL. Good morning, Jose.
Good morning, Scott and everyone. Thank you for doing the net. This is Jose in Austin, Texas. Kilo Juliet 5 Mike Echo Lima. And no texting at the table. Anytime. Thank you. Have a great morning, everybody.
All right, Jose, thank you for checking in. And let's now go to Chris in Novi, Michigan, KB8ELV. Good morning, Chris.
Crew, this has been a fun discussion. Put me down for no. At the dinner table and at the restaurant, other still to come, we might do a quick check, but no text phones when we're sitting across from each other, just so that we can get to have a moment to ourselves away from all the media. Please go ahead. KB8 Connect.
All right, Chris, thank you for checking into the net this morning. We've got you marked down with a no. Have a great day. Bill in North Fort Myers, Florida, W8WHK. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning from a chilly, well, downright cold, Southwest Florida. It was 34 degrees the last time I checked. Probably went up a couple of clicks now, but cold. Our dinner table, no TV and no texting. Although my son will have his phone there because he works from home and he's always getting calls from work. And then my wife, I can't keep her off the phone, like a teenager sometimes. But no texting, and then we have a TV in the kitchen, no TV. Okay. Alrighty, back to you. This is W8WHK73, back to net control.
Right, Bill, we've got you down, and yeah, sometimes I think we're just a little too connected. Thank you for checking in, and you have a great day. Gene in Homosassa, Florida, KK4DIY. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning, sir, and everybody out there on the Brew Crew this morning. KK4DIY, Gene in Homosassa. And the answer is no, I do not text at the dinner table, and neither does my wife. It's just not all that important. KK4DIY, 73, buddy.
All right, Gene, we've got you down with a no. Thank you for checking in today, and have a good day. Shane in League City, Texas, KA5GSS. Good morning, Shane.
Running the net, you gentlemen are doing a fine job. This is KA5GSS. No, I don't text at the dinner table, and if you do get me the text back, it's rare. I do not like the electronic leash. People shouldn't be able to get a hold of you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and that's my story. KA5GSS, back to net control 73, everybody. Be blessed.
Yeah, Shane, I'm kind of with you on that. So thank you for checking in this morning, and have a good day. Luke in Spring, Texas, KI5WYC. Good morning, Luke.
KI5WYC. Good morning, everybody on the Brew, and thanks for running it as always. Messaging-wise, usually not, unless it's something pretty crucial to an event or something like that. Outside of that, really the only time I have the phone on is for some background music. Can't always handle just sitting down and just listening to nothing besides chewing. KI5WC, back to you.
All right, Luke, thank you for checking in this morning. Let's move on down to Bill in Incline Village, Nevada. Can't talk today, or I can't read. K7BGB, good morning, Bill.
This is K7BGB, Bill. Good morning. QTH today is at my Connecticut home on the closer to where I work. You'll laugh at this. I was out west at my Tahoe home last week. In the
All right, Bill, we've got you down, and so bringing all that snow over here was your fault, I see. And you do have quite a buzz in your nose there. You might want to take a look at that and listen to it. Thanks for checking in, and have a great day in Connecticut. Nathan in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, W4PQD. Good morning, Nathan, and is this your first time checking into the net?
Good morning. Yes, it is the first time checking in. I got a rare day off during the week, so nice to find you guys. And as far as the answer to that question, a couple times a week we try to think about who we haven't talked to in a while, friends and family, or maybe folks that we know are sick, and so we do take that opportunity to text and check in with them. And so other than that, we try to socialize. My wife's too afraid to not talk to. Thanks to everybody. Have a great day. W4PQD.
All right, Nathan, thank you for checking in this morning. And if your email is good on QRZ, you'll receive a welcome letter from the East Coast Reflector. Thank you for checking in, and we hope to hear from you again. Donald in Roseboro, North Carolina, KO4IHM. Good morning, Donald. Hi, Donald, one more time. KO4IHM. Good morning, Donald. All right, we're going to mark Donald as in and out and move to Bill in Ontario, VA3YBS. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Scott and Mark and everybody on the net. This is Bill, VA3YBS in Cape Canaveral, Florida, where it's a crisp 45 degrees this morning. As far as texting at the dinner table, that's an activity that's rather frowned upon at our place. So I'll say no, but on occasion it does happen, and I'm usually the guilty one. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I hope everybody has a great day. This is VA3YBS. Back to you.
All right, Bill, we've got you down, and let's move on to the last of the RF check-ins before I turn it over to Bill here. We have Dan in Layton, Utah, KM7, CUP. Good morning, Dan.
Hey, good morning, everyone. My answer is yes. We don't worry about it. This is Dan in Layton, Utah, KM7BUP. Back to you.
All righty, thank you, Dan. Good morning, everybody. This is Al, KABAC. Along with Mark, logging for me, keep me out of trouble. KE2EDS. We got a list of technicians here. We got Roger, KO4QMM, one of our team members down in Umatilla, Florida. KQ8U, Bob, over in Ecorse. K5RLR, Randall in Spring, Texas. WB2JPQ, Dick, the godfather of the East Coast Reflector. M3LLY, Glenn in Glen Burnie, Maryland. KJ5LJJ, Greg in Purvis, Mississippi. KR4AEG, Charles, Belmont, North Carolina. And AB4KT, Kenneth, the Villages, Florida. Let's head on to that list. Anybody, anywhere, want to get in on this round? Company call signs twice and slowly.
N1YKT Mobile, N1YKT Mobile.
This is Kilo Charles 7, Foxtrot Bravo November. Again, Kilo Charles 7, Foxtrot Bravo November, and I'm an in and out.
Number 1,
November 3, Michael. November 3, Michael.
In and out.
Kilo Delta 3, Bravo, Foxtrot Echo. Kilo Delta 3, Bravo, Foxtrot Echo.
N2 VLK, N2 VLK.
November Bravo 9, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot, Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot.
KF4 ONH, KF4 ONH.
November 5, Golf India, Mobile, and 5, GI, Mobile.
Pretty good, just wondering, checking in and wondering if everyone's okay with all the snow up there. Zulu Sierra 4, Delta Bravo.
Kilo Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta. Kilo Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta.
Victor Alpha 3, Kilo Tango Juliet. Victor Alpha 3, Kilo Tango Juliet, in and out.
Kilo Juliet 5, November Zulu Alpha. Kilo Juliet 5, November Zulu Alpha, in and out.
Kilo Zulu 4, Zulu Whiskey. Kilo Zulu 4, Zulu Whiskey, in and out.
Number 1, Hotel Charlie. November 1, Hotel Charlie, Fort Vermont.
righty, let's hold it up right there. I'll tell you who we got. C. Horace, Milton, Vermont, mobile. There was a KZ4. It sounded like Zulu Whiskey. Could you come back with your call sign, please?
KZ4ZW, that's correct. I just think that QRZ might not be updated just yet. It's a new call sign. I just upgraded to extra. My previous call sign was KR4DZV, Victor in Orlando.
Alrighty, we got you. Haven't updated in QRZ yet, but congratulations on the new call sign and the extra. He's in and out. KJ5NZA, Douglas, Round Rock is in and out. BA3, KTJ, Jinsuk in LaSalle, Ontario is in and out. KC7FBN, Rob in Boca Raton, Florida was in and out. And then we had KC3FGD, Ray in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. ZS4DB, Danny in South Africa. We got N5GI, Rick in the Villages, Florida. He's mobile. We'll be with you guys with your mobile stations in a minute here. KF4, LNH Riley, Loudon, Tennessee. We got BA3, CRF Vern, walking around in Waterdown, Ontario. We have NB9D Neil in Bedford, New Hampshire. We got N2 BLK Jeff, Lancaster, New York. KD3 BFB Elliott, Parksville, Maryland. N3 MDC Michael in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. See, I said that right today. I didn't mix my words up. N1 YKT Johnny, Hopkinsville, Kentucky. He's mobile too. Let's jump on these mobiles and we'll jump all the way to the top of the list. Let's go to N1 YKT Johnny in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Question of the day, do you text at the dinner table? Good morning, Johnny.
Yeah, we were all being silly and doing that, man, and I don't put my foot down for much because no, let's just go no. N1 YKT, good morning, everyone. We used to, but I put my foot down for once, and we don't do that anymore at the dinner table or restaurants, and everybody should follow suit. Even business can wait at the table.
Alrighty. Thank you, Johnny. Not a bad idea. Have a great day. Let's go to Vern, VA3 CRF in Waterdown, Ontario. Out for his walk. Good morning, Vern.
Good morning, Al and Vicky and everybody on the net. Thanks for picking me up. Yep, out for a walk. It's a balmy +4 Fahrenheit. Man, I'll be glad when this winter's over. In terms of the question of the day there, I would like to paraphrase Dr. Zeus. Table texting when with my wife, I would not do it on my life. Hope everyone has a great day. Stay warm, everybody. VA3 CRF.
Alrighty, thank you, Vern. Have a great day. Let's go to Rick in the Villages, Florida, N5GI. Hello, Rick.
Good morning, Al. Everybody on the Brew crew this morning. It's a chilly 37 degrees this morning here in the Villages, but it's a beautiful, clear sky. As for the question of the day, no, we do not do texting at the mealtime. Dinner, restaurants, doesn't matter where. We don't like to do texting pretty much at all, but there you have it. Everybody have a great day. N5GI, back to net.
All right, thank you, Rick. Yeah, I just looked at the temps here. It says 14 degrees. Goodness gracious. I'd like to get out from under that. Let's go to N1HC Horace, Milton, Vermont. Good morning.
Good morning. This is N1HC on the handheld here. New handheld I was just playing with it here or getting familiar with. I bought it to try to do DMR with it, but I figured I'd start out with the analog channels. Programmed in the Plattsburgh, New York repeater, which is just across the lake from me here. And I hadn't been on that repeater for years and years, and voila, I'm talking to the world, it turns out. So it's quite a pipeline. I guess I got to learn and catch up to do with the new technologies here. But it's overcast. We got quite a bit of snow on the ground, and it's I think it was got down about 9 degrees until last night here, 9 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's a cool one. Back to net control, N1HC, portable.
All righty, thank you, Horace. Have a great day. Looks like we had KI5 PMI Bill in Hobbs, New Mexico, KD9YUZ Jimmy in Wakarusa, Indiana, and WP4VW Milton in Shenandoah, Texas, joining us. You know what? Milton is probably mobile, so let's grab him. WP4VW Milton. Question of the day, do you text at the dinner table?
Buenos dias, Al. Hope you're doing well. Good morning to everybody listening to WP4 Victor Whiskey. We decided not to. Got too much commotion on the table, so we ended up not doing it anymore. It's 45 degrees at Houston Bush. A beautiful day, clear skies. Thank you for all you do every day, and blessing. 73 WP4 Victor Whiskey. Oh, and by the way, muy buenos días to my friend Brew in Canada. WP4VW. Adios.
All righty, thank you, Milton. Have a great day. Yeah, I figured you'd be out mobile, so let's jump all the way up the list here. Hang on. I've got my little push to talk in my wrong hand today. Let's go all the way up to AB4KT Kenneth in the Villages, Florida. Good morning, Kenneth.
Yeah, this is AB4KT, the Villages, Florida. Good morning to everybody. Yes, I have been known to text at the dinner table, but not excessively, not frequently. Occasionally, if the need arises, yes. Back to that. Everybody have a great day.
All right, thank you, Kenneth. Have a great day. Let's go to KR4AEG Charles, Belmont, North Carolina. Good morning, Charles.
There's not much that's that important. I can't wait 5 or 10 minutes while I can finish eating. KL4 AEG, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Charles. Have a great day. Let's go to Greg in Purvis, Mississippi, KJ5LJJ. Good morning, Mr. Greg.
Hey, good morning, Brew Crew. The answer is no, I don't text at the dinner table, but my wife do. Back in control.
All right, thank you, Greg. Have a great day. Let's go to N3LLY, Glenn in Glen Burnie, Maryland. Good morning.
This is Glenn, N3LLY. The answer to today's question is no, my wife and I do not text at the dinner table. TV's off, phones are put away, and we talk during dinner. Anyway, everybody, have a good day. 7-3 from N3LLY. Back to you, Net.
All righty, thank you, Glenn. Have a great day. Let's jump over to the Godfather of the East Coast Reflector, WB2JPQ. Good morning, Dick.
Good morning, Al. Good morning again, Mark and everybody. No, I don't. But I will say occasionally if there's a note hung up or something on the system, yep, I'll grab my phone and take care of it. It's been that way for, well, many years. Always take care of the system, but to just text, no. Back to you. Have a good day, everybody. This will get B2JPQ.
All righty, thank you, Dick. Have a good morning. Let's go to K5RLR Randall in Spring, Texas. Good morning, Randall.
Well, good morning now, Godfather and everybody else on the crew. K5RLR. Yeah, I do. Not all the time, but when the need arises, and that's all I'm going to say. I hope everybody has a good day, 7-3 to all, and we'll see everybody here this evening for the Tech Night. Thanks for running that, Al. We do appreciate it. K5RLR. Back to you, sir.
All righty, thank you, Randall. I've been known to text my wife sitting straight across from me at a restaurant. Usually something that probably can't be spoken out loud. Let's go to QAU. Bob over in Ecorse, Michigan. Hello, Bob.
Hello, Al and Mark and everybody else on the net this morning. No, I don't. Matter of fact, when I'm meeting, I have the phone's laying on my desk. And if it rings, we'll just get to it when it's over with. Everybody have a great day. 7-3 KQ8U, back to net.
All right, thank you, Bob. Have a great morning. Let's go to one of our net controllers, Roger, down in New Matilda, Florida, KO4QMM. Morning, Roger. Roger, I don't think you're making the repeater. KO4QMM, you with me? Roger may have stepped away. He can recheck if he needs to. Let's go down to N3MDC Michael in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Hello, Mike.
Good morning, Alan. Everybody on the Brew crew. And by the way, Al, I'm talking quietly because my mom's still asleep. She doesn't like me talking real loud when she's trying to sleep, so I'm talking quietly. Answer your question is, no, I do not test at the dinner table. Only time I do is in a restaurant trying to figure if my family is going to join me or not. So and the only time I do text is if I'm in a restaurant testing if my family is going to be on time or not. So back to you, Al. This is N3MDC.
All righty, thank you, Michael. Have a good morning, sir. Let's go to KD3 BFE Elliott, Parkville, Maryland. Good morning, Elliott. KD3 BFE, are you with us?
KD3 BFE, sorry about that. Yeah, audio is a little low on my end. Texting at the table, negative. Never do that. Growing up, we were pretty strict about that. No phones at the table, except for the one and only instance where we would make a phone call when it was, say, Christmas or Thanksgiving. We'd call the grandparents or folks that weren't with us. KD3 BFE, back to net. Thank you.
All righty, thanks, sir. Have a great day. Let's go to N2BLK Jeff in Lancaster, New York. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, Al. I had to wait for the identifier here. Good morning to everybody. I hope everybody has a good day today. And to answer the question, no, I don't, we don't. Just something that we never did. With that, I'll turn it back to you. I'll say 7-3 and 2VLK.
All righty, thanks, Jeff. Have a good morning, sir. Let's go to NB9D Neil in Bedford, New Hampshire. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, net control and everyone on the Brew. This is November 09 in Bedford, New Hampshire. We reloaded our star node. Hope we're sounding okay. And to answer a question, I would say not religiously, but no. Last time we sat at the dinner table was approximately 2 months ago for Christmas dinner. And is it springtime yet? Thanks for listening. Send it back to net control. NB9D.
Yeah, I'm ready for 70 degrees and sunny. Not even kidding. Fail K8 BAC along with Mark KE2EDS logging for me, helping me out here. Let's go to KF4LNH Riley, Loudon, Tennessee. Good morning, Riley. KF4LNH, Riley.
How about KF4ONH?
KF4 Alpha November Hotel.
Kilo Foxtrot 4, Oscar November Hotel.
Whiskey 2, Echo Mike. Okay, we got KF4 Oscar November Hotel. Paul in Gainesville. There you go. We straightened her out. Do you text at the dinner table, Paul?
Only on rare occasions. The doctor, if I'm expecting something from a doctor or something, somebody special there. Otherwise, no.
Alrighty, we got you. Thanks for checking in this morning. Sorry about the mix-up there. How about ZS4DB? Danny in South Africa. Good morning. ZS4DB, are you with us? Nothing. Let's jump over to Ray in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania, KC3FGD. Good morning, Ray.
Hey, good morning, Al, and every group here. Big no here. Whether it's here at the house or at a restaurant, we just do not do it. In fact, we consider it quite rude for somebody that does that. So anyway, everyone have a wonderful day. Back to net control.
All righty, thank you, Ray. Have a great day, sir. Enjoy. We've had a few more text check-ins. We've had KE2CXQ Don in Wayland, New York. We've had W2EM Chuck, I'm assuming still down in Florida. KC2JPQ Frank in Lancaster, New York. NW4Q Jim in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. W5DBS Dave, Houston, Texas. K6AAN Mike in Valley Springs, California. W3ICQ Bob in Leesburg, Florida. We've had N8HLN Mike in Grosse Pointe, Michigan. We've had K4ITA Leo in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And of course, KI5PMI Bill in Hobbs, New Mexico. KD9YUZ Jimmy in Wakarusa. Let's take some regular check-ins. Anybody, anywhere, want to get in on this round? Company call signs twice and slowly and space it out a little bit so we can get y'all.
Kilo Juliet 5 Alpha X-Ray Charlie. Kilo Juliet 5 Alpha X-Ray Charlie Mobile. Kilo Juliet 5
Bravo,
Delta X-Ray Bravo in and out. Kilo Juliet 5 Delta X-Ray Bravo in and out. Good morning.
Alpha 0, uniform, AA 0, UU.
W2KJV, W2KJV.
Whiskey Bravo 5, India Tango, WB5ITT.
November Whiskey 3, 19 W3U.
KF8, DIC, KF8, Detroit Rock City.
Victor Alpha 3 Echo Romeo Yankee. VA3ERY Mobile in and out 73. Alrighty, we'll hold it up right there. And I know there was a big old pile up, so we're going to try to straighten her out. Small acknowledging our in and outs. We had VA3ERY, Eduardo, Sale, Ontario. KJ5DXB, Frank, were you in and out this morning?
Yes, sir, Al. I'm in and out this morning. Thank you. Good morning.
All righty, sir. Good morning. I thought I heard you in there say in and out. Have a great day, Frank. And K4NHB Nick in Sebring, Florida was in and out. We had KF8DRC, Detroit Rock City guy Jack in Rochester. We had NW3U David in Garner, North Carolina. WB5ITT Chris in Beaumont, Texas. We had W2KJB Tony in Homosassa, Florida, one of our team members here. AA0UU Ken in Council Bluffs, Iowa. And we've got Mike, K2CMT, checking in, one of our team members as well. Now, I know there was a couple more. Let's see if we can straighten this out. There was a W8, sounded possibly like a PGE or something like that. If that was your call sign, come now with your call sign.
Whiskey 8, Bravo, Papa, Delta, W8, BPD.
Hello, Brian. Okay, we got you, bud. No problem. Now, who did we miss? If we missed you and you were trying to get in just now, come with your call sign twice and slowly space it out so we can get you.
Kilo Juliet 5, Alpha X-Ray Charlie. Kilo Juliet 5, Alpha X-Ray Charlie. Mobile.
Kilowatt Bravo 2, Bravo Oscar November. Kilowatt Bravo 2, Bravo Oscar November.
Kilo 5, Yankee November uniform, K5, YNU mobile.
All righty, there's some of the voices I heard right there. We did have KJ5AXC Lewis in Houston, Texas. Yeah, we got you, Lewis. You're mobile. Be back with you. We had K5YNU Florin in Conroe, Texas. He's mobile. Got you, sir. And KB2BON Doug in Interlochen, New York. So let's do our mobile stations. Reminder question of the day, guys. Do you text at the dinner table? Let's go to KJ5AXC Lewis in Houston, Texas. Good morning.
Good morning. Nope, no texting at the dinner table. Just never done it. KJ5 AXC. Everybody have a great day. 73.
All righty. Thank you, Lewis. Have a great day. WB5ITT. Chris, you mobile today? It doesn't matter either way. You're next.
No, I am not mobile, at least not yet. Good morning, everybody on the Morning Brew. I try not to text at the dinner table, unless it's something important like work or something. Also, this morning I'd like to wish happy anniversary to one of our locals, Lonnie, Alpha Charlie 5 Alpha. He and his wife are celebrating their anniversary today, so I want to throw that out on the Morning Brew. WB5ITT, back to that.
All righty, thank you, Chris. I didn't think you sounded mobile. You got a different sound when you're on your mobile rig. But yep, happy anniversary to them. Hope they have a long, prosperous life. In the last mobile, I got K5YNU, Florin and Conroe. Good morning, Florin.
Good morning, Vicky, everyone on the Morning Brew crew. The rule is no. Sometimes I break it. The type of work I do, I have to send a text back, but no, I try not to. Neither mine, as an example, or my family. But yeah, sometimes, just to the emergency. But the rule is no. Back to the net control. Everyone have a blast morning, blast day. K5YNU.
All righty, thank you, Florin. Have a great day, sir. Let's jump way up to the top of the list. Go to KD9YUZ, Jimmy in Wakarusa. Good morning, Jimmy.
Good morning, Al, and everybody out there on the Brew Crew. Beautiful day here. Sun's going to even peek out for a change. No phones at the dinner table whatsoever. And even though I just live by myself anymore, I still maintain that rule. And the family knows when they come to visit, if we're going to share a meal, the phones have to be put away. Everybody have a blessed day. KD9YUZ, back to you, Al.
All right, Jimmy. That's a pretty good rule. Have a great day. Let's go to Bill in Hobbs, New Mexico, KI5PMI. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Al, everybody on the Brew. No, I don't usually text at the dinner table unless I'm on call or something. I get a text from work or something like that, but that's very rare. But typically, no. Hope everybody has a great day. KI5PMI. Back to net.
All right, thank you, Bill. Have a good day. K4ITA, Fort Lauderdale, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, all. Good morning, Mark. Good morning from the beautiful Fort Lauderdale. 49 degrees this morning. Brr. It was 7 at home, but it's a beautiful sunshine. I'm using KF4 EPS repeater. Thank you for the guys in Margate. W4 MOT not connected. And it's a big for us. No, we talk to each other. We don't talk to the phones. No phones at the table whatsoever. Everybody a great day. K4ITA.
All right, thank you, Leo. Have a wonderful day. N8HLN, Mike in Grosse Pointe, Michigan. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Al, and everybody on the crew. Where it's 35 degrees this morning in the Villages of Florida, where we are visiting for the month of March. And beautiful blue sky. Answer to the question is no. I figure anybody who needs to hear from me, it can wait till after we're done. 73 in the group. Back to net. N8HLN.
All right, thank you, Mike. Yep, I'm no longer attached to the hip to my workplace, so my phone goes ignored more often than not. Let's go to W3ICQ, Bob in Leesburg, Florida. Hello, Bob.
Hello, good morning, Al, and good morning, everybody on the Brew. No, we never use the phones at the dinner table, breakfast table, anytime, ever. W3ICQ, back to you.
All right, thank you, Bob. Have a great day. Let's go to K6AAN, Mike, Valley Springs, California. Good morning, Mike.
Oh, good morning, Al. Everybody on the Brew Crew. That's a definite negative for me. We've stayed away from that habit for sure. Everyone have a great day out there. Back to net control. This is K6AAN.
All righty, thank you, Mike. Have a great day. Let's go to W5DBS, David in Houston, Texas. Good morning, David.
Big Texas howdy to everybody on the Brew Crew. Appreciate it. The short answer is no. The long answer is it has happened. Back to you guys in the net. Appreciate you.
All righty, thank you, David. Have a great day. Let's go to NW4Q, Jim in Murfreesboro. Hello, Jim.
Good morning, Al. You're sounding great. I am a no this morning. Have a nice day.
All righty, thank you, Mr. Jim. Have a great day yourself. Let's go to KC2JPQ, Frank in Lancaster, New York. Hello, Frank.
Good morning, Al, and everybody on the net. No phones at the dinner table, and we got 14 degrees over here and just picked up an inch of snow, so we're not doing too bad. Everybody have a great day. I'll send it back to the net, KC2JPQ.
All righty, Frank, have a great day. How about W2EM? Good morning, Chuck. You still down there in Florida?
Good morning, Al, and the rest of the crew. Yeah, 40 degrees down here in Lake Placid, Florida. And no, we don't do any texting or anything. I hate texting anyway, and I sure as heck do it at the kitchen table. But tell Mark to be good with his penmanship this morning when he's doing your logging in. W2EM.
All right, thank you, Chuck. Yeah, he's laughing about that. Have a great day, sir. Let's go to KE2CXQ, Don in Wayland. Hello, Don.
You can hear me. This is Don in Wayland, New York, KE2CXQ, and texting, no, not so much. I try to keep away from that anymore. I'd rather talk to a person on the phone and hear their voice. So if you heard me, back to net, KE2CX2, clear.
All righty, thank you, Don. Have a great day. Let's go to AA0UU, Ken in Council Bluffs, Iowa. Good morning.
Morning to you, Al, and everybody on the Brew crew this morning here. The answer here is when my wife and I are by ourselves, it just doesn't even come up as a need for a rule. Got a grandson that lives with the phone stuck to his hand, and so we enforce that rule when he's around. Just try to get him away from it at least for a little bit. Thanks for picking up my call. Thanks, Nick, for your Echolink node here so that I could check in with my HT this morning from the house. AA0UU, back to net control.
All righty, thank you, Ken. Have a great day. How about W2KJB, Tony in Homosassa? Good morning.
Good morning, Al, and everyone on the Morning Brew. Tony here in Homosassa. It was 32 degrees when I woke up at 6 a.m. this morning. As a rule, no texting at the table, and hope everyone has a great day. Back to you, Al. W2KJB.
All righty, thank you, Tony. Have a great day. Let's go to NW3U, David in Garner, North Carolina. Good morning, David.
Well, good morning to you and everybody else on the Morning Brew. NW3U here from sunny Carolina this morning. Answer to the question would be a no, but there's a lot more behind that no than I have time to explain. But let's just say no and leave it at that. Hope everybody has a good day. You folks up there in the Northeast, get your snowshoes out and go to work. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. NW3U.
All righty, thank you, David. Have a great day. Let's go to W8 BPD, Brian in Warren. Hello, Brian. W8 BPD, are you with us? I hear nothing. Let's go down to KF8 DRC. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, if I had the text message come at that time, I will text it back to them. That's all I have for you, Al. Have a good day. KF8, Detroit Rock City.
All righty, thank you, Jack. Have a wonderful day, sir. How about K2CMT, Mr. Mike?
Good morning, Al, and everyone else joining us here on the Morning Brew. The quick answer is no, Al. I never text during dinner. It would interrupt my YouTube video that I'm watching. Y'all have a nice day. K2CMT.
I don't know which one's worse, Mike. YouTubing at the table. Yeah, no, that's not so bad. Have a great day, Mike. Thanks for checking in this morning. Let's go to KB2BON Doug in Interlochen, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody out there. My answer is a definite 100% yes. 50% of the time I'm traveling the country with my dog, and the other 50% of the time I live at work at the campground. So that is the time that I can connect with friends and family. So I try to utilize that. The only time there's an issue is if my dog is requiring 100% of her attention. She's a husky, and that does happen a lot. But my answer is a definite yes. Thanks and that.
All right, thank you, Doug. Have a great day. We've had some text check-ins sneak in while we were talking. We had WB1DXN Daryl, Concord, New Hampshire. We had WA8CLG Doug in Homosassa, Florida. We had K2AP Joe, East Islip, New York. KM4CT Donnie in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. We had WB8ODF Dave in Ypsilanti, Michigan. KA4JAZ Alton in Midlothian, Virginia. We had KQ4GWO William, Wake Forest, North Carolina. And W5MHG Mark and Gracie in Albuquerque, New Mexico. You know what? Let's just go down this list. Question of the day. Do you text at the dinner table? This is Al, KABAC, along with Mark, KE2EDS. W5MHG, good morning, Mr. Mark.
Well, good morning back at you, W5MHG. Gracie says, bow wow. Yippee-yi-yay with 35 degrees in the backyard. Gracie doesn't text at the dinner table. Her paws are too big. She can't hold on to the cell phone. And the wife and I, we just try to talk to each other. And that's what happens. W43 is going to be 43 in March. Thanks so much for putting up with us. Hello to Vicky and the whole crew. And we love that text line, but not at the dinner table. 7-3.
All right, thank you, Mark. Have a great morning, sir. Let's go to KQ4GWO William, Wake Forest. Good morning. KQ4GWO, are you with me?
Excuse me, sorry, Net Control. I'm getting someone keying up on this end. I don't know what's going on this morning. Texting at the table, nah, that's a negative. None of that. Say my blessing, give thanks, and eat my food, no doubt about it. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning to everybody on the Blue Crew. You guys take care and have a super fine day. Once again, apologize for the beginning. Someone on this side keep keying up, no doubt about it. This is Kilo Quebec 4, Golf Whiskey Oscar, 73s, I'm clear.
All right, thank you, William. Yeah, it's a repeater down in Florida. It's been keying up. We don't know what's going on, so no big deal. Let's go to WBF Dave over in Ypsilanti. Ho, Dave.
Good morning, Al, and Vicky in the background pounding the keys for you. Sorry for the slow comeback. I had to wait for the ID to go off. I'm a hard no. No way, no how. In fact, I have taken my grandson's phone away from him when we're in a restaurant at the table. So, hard no, and everybody have a great day. It's 24 degrees here and cloudy in Ypsilanti, 30 miles due west of Detroit on I-94.
All righty, thank you, Dave. Have a great day. Let's go to KA4JAZ Alton in Midlothian, Virginia. Good morning.
Good morning to the Brew Crew and Al and the Godfather. No, I have to say no for that. I wish I could instill in my wife and daughter a big no, but it's kind of difficult dealing with two women.
So, that's my answer. Back to net control.
All righty, thank you, sir. Have a great day. You know what? Now that he's sitting down, he's got his HT in front of him. Let's go to KO4QM. Good morning, Roger.
Good morning. Oh, Mark, Brew Crew. Sorry about that. I got a feral cat that showed up at the wrong time and got all confused about time there. But I'm here, and you can put me down for, yes, I wouldn't put it past myself to answer a text while I'm eating my burger. I'm usually by myself, so don't really matter. Back to you, Al. Thanks for getting me in there this morning. KO4QMM, Roger clear.
All righty, thank you, Roger. Have a great morning. I figured something happened to you. Let's go to KM4CTB, Donnie in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. Good morning, Donnie.
Good morning, Al, Mark, and everybody on the net. KM4CTB, Donnie in sunny Jacksonville Beach, Florida, 33 degrees. We almost had our 7th freeze of the winter. Almost. As for the texting during the grocery time, forget about it. I'm very focused on trying to find that plate under all that food I've got stacked on it, so I don't want anything to interrupt me. Doing the net. Al, have a great day. KM4CTV, back to net.
All righty, thank you, Donnie. Have a great day. I like the way you put that. Let's go to K2AP Joe in East Islip, New York. Good morning, Joe.
I do not text during meals, but I have to say my dog does. I tell her not to, but she does tend to text during meals, and she's got to get out of that habit. K2AP, back to net.
All right, thank you, Joe. Have a good day. How about WA8CLG Doug in Homosassa? WA8CLG Doug, you with me? All right, here nothing. Let's go to WB1 DXN Daryl in Concord, New Hampshire. Good morning, Daryl.
Good morning, Ed and Alan. I think it is on the facilitators today. And good morning to the rest of the morning crew. I don't try to remember a lot of things, incidental things like that, so I'm going to have to say a no. And I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Keep it safe out there, and always expect the unexpected. WB1DXN.
All righty, thank you, Daryl. Have a great day. How about HC4DA, Don in Ecuador? Good morning, Don.
Good morning to everyone on Brew Crew. It's HC4DA. The answer is kind of not really. I don't usually sit at a dinner table anymore. We're retired down here, so but I do. I will grab the phone and send something while I'm grabbing it by watching TV. So I guess that counts. Anyway, everyone have a great week, and we'll talk to everyone later. Take care.
All righty, thank you, Don. Have a great day. Let's go to N5 RTC Terry in Austin, Texas. Good morning, Terry.
Good morning, Al, Mark, and all the morning brewers. We only use the formal dinner table when we have company. And everybody knows it would be rude to text when you have company at the dinner table unless you're texting one of them. N5 RTC, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Terry. Have a great day. Good to see you in the Zoom room there, bud. All right, that takes us down to the bottom of the list. Let's start another one. Anybody, anywhere want to get in this round, company call sign, twice and slowly.
KQ4, YYN, KQ4, YYN, Joe in Georgia.
KC2, U.
N1 NDN, November 1, November Delta, November. Kilo Oscar 4, Mike Kilo, Kilo Oscar 4, Mike Kilo, in and out.
November 4,
Kilo Alpha 5, Papa Uniform Delta. Kilo Alpha 5, Papa Uniform Delta. November 1, Whiskey Echo Bravo, and 1 WEB.
KQ4, PYF, Kilo Quebec 4, Papa Yankee Foxtrot, Eli in Houston, North Carolina on the Echo List. Good afternoon, or good morning, Brew Crew. I'll be in and out.
For ECS, Kilo Romeo 4, Echo Charlie Sierra.
That's a pretty good place to stop. First of all, let's acknowledge our in and outs. We had KQ4 PYF Eli, Kingston, North Carolina. We had N4 KHZ John, Rochester, New York. And KO4 MMK Jeff, Apopka, Florida. They were all in and out. Thanks, guys. Have a great morning. We had a KC2U station that we didn't quite get all of your call sign. That KC2 station, could you come back with your call sign, please?
Kilo Charlie 2, Uniform to KC2, UVQ.
All right, KC2, UVQ, Phil in Valley Stream, New York. We also had KR4 ECS Mike, Durham, North Carolina. N1 WEB Webb in Collierville, Tennessee. KA5 PUD Paul, Montgomery, Texas. N1 NDN Bernie, Hudson Falls, New York. And KQ4YYN Joe in Franklin, Georgia. Reminder, question of the day, get text table. Let's go to KQ4YYN Joe in Franklin. Good morning.
Good morning, Al, Miss Vicky, and everybody else listening. Hope you have a great day. It's a beautiful, cool 22 degrees this morning over here in Georgia. No, sir, no phones at the table whatsoever. And anything that needs to wait, they can wait till after we get up. Anyway, back to you, Net Control. Thank you, sir. Mr. Al for running the KQ4YYN.
All right, thank you, Joe. Have a great day. How about KC2 UVQ Phil from Valley Stream? Good morning, Phil.
And that would be a no. The table is no phones at the Dell. This is KC2 UVQ.
Alright, for a no. Well, that was interesting. Got you for a no. Thanks for checking in this morning. Let's go to N1 NDN Bernie in Hudson Falls, New York. Good morning, Bernie.
Good morning. N1 NDN here.
Yeah, we do not text at the dinner table. That's kind of a not a good thing. Although my niece's daughter, who's 11, has been to try. Yeah, no, not a thing. So good morning, everybody, and back to the group. N1NDN here.
All righty, thank you, Bernie. Have a great day. Let's go to KA5 PUD Paul in Montgomery, Texas. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning to the crew. The answer basically is no, only if it's absolutely positively necessary, but mainly no. Back to the PUD.
All right, thank you, Paul. Have a good day. Let's go to N1 WEB Webb in Collierville. Good morning, Webb.
Good morning, Alan. I think that's Mark logging there in New York. And good morning to the net. You can put me down as a no. I don't text at the dinner table, so I'll stick with that answer. N1 WEB, back to the net.
All righty, thank you, Webb. Yep, that's Mark getting me through some of this pile-ups and stuff. He's doing a great job. Let's go to KR4 ECS, Mike in Durham, North Carolina. Good morning, Mike.
Everybody. My wife and I do have our phones usually out at the dinner table, not always texting, but often have our noses in those. Every now and then we do agree and declare to have a phone-free meal and actually chat with each other. That's fun sometimes. No, it's always fun. Anyway, that's us. That's a yes. And back to net, KR4 ECS.
All right, thank you, Mike. Have a good day, sir. Let's go to KD2 IWN, Tim in Hamburg, New York. Via text. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning, everybody on the Brew Crew this morning. What a great question. There's fine lines for everything, right? I mean, if there's an emergency, I will have my phone somewhere within hearing distance, so if I hear it ding, I'll look at it. If it's not important, we let it go. But if it's something I feel it has a sense of urgency to it, by all means, I'm not going to say, sorry, I'm eating, you must die. So I've done the rules here and there, but for the most part, we don't. But it depends on the situation, as always. Everybody enjoy your day. 73 KD2 IWN.
All right, thank you, Tim. Have a great day. Got about 3 minutes left. Let's take about 3 or 4 more check-ins. About 3 or 4 more, we'll cut it off. Company call signs, twice and slowly.
CLG reject.
Station ID KC7 GHT.
Remote base link off.
Kilo November 4, 2 John Blue, AN4, EPB, in and out this morning.
All righty, let's hold it up right there. Doug, I heard you come back in, WA8CLG. We'll get you in a minute. We had KC7GHT, Joe in Glendale, Arizona. And there was somebody that was in and out. That in and out station, come back with your call sign twice and slowly, please.
This is Kilo November 4, Tango Bravo, Stephen Largo, in and out today. Thanks.
All right, we had Stephen Largo, Florida, KM4TTB, and somebody came in right on top of him. If you could come back with your call sign one more time, we'll get you.
Mike Alpha, Lima Alpha, M1, LA, Kingdom, over.
DJM, Whiskey 2, Charlie Juliet Mike.
All right, we got W2CJM, and somebody stepped on you again. I think it was an N5 station, N5G station. Man, every time you transmit, somebody gets on top of you. You come back one more time, I'll try to get you.
Mike 1.
N5UXT, November 5, United Ugly X-Ray Technician.
M1 ALA in the UK, over.
Sounds like November 1. Do it phonetically and I'll get you.
Mike 1, Alpha Lima Alpha, based in the UK, over.
By golly, I got you that one. I got you that time, sir. M1ALA. Looks like you're new to the system. So, yep, in Cheshire, England there. Okay, in and out. Well, I don't think W2CJM was in and out. But I did notice that we had, let's see, M1ALA, we had KR4IHJ Phil in West Blockton, Alabama. KR4IHI Roy in Morgantown, Kentucky, maybe. Uh-oh, that's switching around. We had KN4TTB Steve in Largo, Florida, was in and out. M5UXT Angelo in New Orleans. We had KC7GHT Joe in Glendale, Arizona. W2CJM Charles in Selden, New York. And, by golly, hang on just a moment. We had another one in there. WA8CLG, Doug in Homosass is back with us. I heard you in there. Question of the day, do you text at the table? Let's go to WA8CLG. Good morning, Doug.
This is WA8CLG. Very good morning. I don't know what happened before. My system just went quiet, so I had to log out and re-log in. So, sorry about that. My answer to my question is no. I do not text at the table, and I don't even bring the radio or the phone into the restaurant with me. Ever do that. Anyway, everybody have a good one. Thanks for coming back, Al. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Doug. Have a great day. Let's go up to W2CJM Charles in Selden, New York. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning, everybody on the crew. The answer is no, and thanks for doing the net.
All righty, thank you, Charles. Have a great day. How about N5UXT Angelo, New Orleans? Good morning.
Good morning to everybody on the Brew crew this morning. This is Angelo and 5UXT in the Big Easy. Hope everybody's having a great morning, and the answer is definitely no. Back to net control. This is N5UXT. Have a great one.
All right, thanks for checking in. KC7 GHT Joe in Glendale. Did I get you yet? KC7 GHT, you with me? I hear nothing. Let's go to KR4IHJ Philip, West Blockton, Alabama. Good morning, Philip. KR4IHJ, you with us? All righty, here nothing. Wrapping it up. M1ALA. It's not really giving me a name in Cheshire, UK. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Cheshire, UK. The answer is no, especially now that we've got grandchildren, because they'll grow up copying what the adults do. So no, it's the height of bad manners. Back to you, over.
All righty, have a great day. It's probably afternoon over there. Have a great afternoon. All right, with that, it's 9:05. Working overtime here. I better call it a day before the union gets on me. This is Al, KABAC, along with Mark, KE2EDS. And everybody else on the East Coast Reflector team, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We now return the East Coast Reflector to its normal amateur radio use, 73, everybody.